Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to BarrelUp Podcast. With your host, John Carlos. I have my brother Ronnie here and my boy Daryl.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
Boston. He's a Boston fan, too. Today is a very exciting day as we all know spring training has started. A lot of MLB teams are playing right now. The Mets are playing the Houston Astros and they're losing. It's very exciting. Baseball's back. Everybody's excited about the upcoming 2019 season. There's a lot of moves that have been made, and I want to start with the major one, Manny Machado to the Padres. What do you think about that, man? What do you think about Manny Machado and the Padres?
What is it, 10 years, 300 mil?
10 years, 300 mil.
That's a good signing right there. Young up-and-coming club, a lot of prospects, a lot of potential right there.
A lot of potential. A lot of people have said, oh no, 10 years, another 10-year contract, 300 mil. By the way, Manny Machado is the only player that has reached this sum in all of sports, meaning no other athlete has reached this amount of money for these years. 300 million. That's 30 million per year. What do you think about that, Ron?
Well, a lot of people are bashing him for taking the money, but I don't blame him because at the end of the day, this is a business, and it's guaranteed money too. Like,
guaranteed money. People
are bashing him, and I don't get why. If he gets hurt, there's no guarantee of the future or anything like that, and I think he deserves it as a third baseman. So, also the Padres are number one farm system with 7 players in the top 100 prospects.
Oh my God.
Which, they got a bright future.
So
man. They got a bright future.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
And I hear that they're still in the sweepstakes for Harper. And let's wait and see what happens.
Now that you say that, they do have the number 2 prospect of all of baseball coming up, Fernando Tatis Jr. He's a shortstop. There's a lot of upside to this player, and when I say upside, I mean this. Manny Machado decided to move back to third because of this kid. This kid is literally it, and imagine him, Manny Machado at third. You got Fernando Tatis Jr. as short. You got Urias at second with Kinsler. Kinsler's there. Then you have Hosmer at first.
Oh, Hosmer, yeah.
They
just signed them too
last year. They have a lot of good players. In the outfield, we're talking about Hunter Renfroe, monster. Manuel Margot, Dominican, monster. Will Myers. They have also Ganikowski. They have a lot of good players, and the reason why I believe that they made this bold move into signing Machado and locking him up basically is because they want to win, and they want to win now. Teams want to compete. Everybody's stacking up. It's like the NBA. You see these dream teams, right? Everybody wants to win. So props to the Machado family. Props to the Padres organization for really going out there and proving or making a statement.
Well, that also shows that it's not all about the money that he's willing to sacrifice too. He's willing to go to third for the club's benefit. So
correct.
A lot of people, like I said, they're bashing him, but I don't blame him for taking the money. I believe everybody else who's bashing him will take the money too. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
It's 10 years guaranteed. I'll take that any day over 7.
Now let me ask you something. Let me ask you guys something. 10 years, right? What do you guys think about the 10-year contracts that are being given out? Do you think that's a liability to a team, 10 years, because of a player's performance? We've seen Arapujo sign a 10-year contract. We've seen Cano, A-Rod. What do you think about these 10-year contracts? And, it looks good in the first month, the first year, the first 2 years, the first 3 years, and then what?
Well, depending on the player. With Machado, he's 26. He's pretty young. So by the time his contract is over, he's still 36.
But
so
what
he's still
about
got a couple years?
But what about the injuries?
When was the last time he was injured? When he tore his right knee, right? That was his 3rd season in. He changed the way He changed the way he played. He got grief for it because he said he doesn't hustle. The way he plays keeps him on the field. He's been consistent for the last 5 seasons.
Correct. Never
been injured. Always been. He's kind of like the little Iron Man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But it all depends on the player. Pujols, A-Rod, they got him late in those years. Cano late in those years, they're already 30 plus. So that kind of doesn't make sense. But when you got young guys like Harper, Trout, Mookie Betts coming up, Machado now, with those 10-year contracts, those are good contracts.
You prove a point because these players that signed a 10-year contract before, like Harper, I'm sorry, Pujols, Cano, and all, they signed at the age of 30. You're right.
Plus, yeah.
Stanton, 13 years.
13 years. Wow, that's
well.
He's averaging 25 mil per year.
My thing is, in a player standpoint, I'll take that all day. Cause like who knows if injuries happen, anything like that, you're still gonna get paid. But from the club, I don't think it's a good investment. You know, you're not gonna get productivity those 10 years. And like he mentioned, you give that contract to Cano, he's gonna take it all day.
Oh, of course.
He's 36 now, and how many years he got left on that contract?
5.
That's gonna bring him to 41, 40. The Mariners, I don't think they were really thinking. And look at him now; he's with the Mets.
Yep. Now,
depending on the age, if you're a club, I wouldn't do 10 years if I was a club. If I'm a player, I'll take it all day.
I'm with you there, man. I would do max 7 to 8 years.
7.
Now, surprisingly enough, the Padres wanted Manny Machado so bad that they gave him an opt-out after 5 years. Meaning, if he doesn't want to stay there after the 5th year, he can leave.
He can leave.
So, I think that was smart. That was smart, you know? Now,
it's a player option, though. He gets to choose.
Player option, correct. Now, as far as the Padres pitching, I don't know what they're going to do to contend because you can have all the hitting you want, but at the end of the day,
it's about pitching.
It's about pitching. Pitching wins ball games. They have Luis Perdomo. They have a couple pitchers there, but I think they need to get one more piece.
And they can afford it too. You know, they got room in the budget, in the payroll.
Yeah,
to go sign a free agent, couple pitchers. You got Gio Gonzalez still in the market. You got Dallas Keuchel. Got those guys out there. You know, those
Dallas
proven
Keuchel,
guys.
man. Dallas Keuchel, he still has some juice left. A lot of teams should be thinking about him in their rotation as a 3, number 3 pitcher, number 4. He still got it.
Probably number 2 to get his stuff back.
I think the Padres are looking this in the long run. It's not like a win now situation from them. Like you guys said, this kid Machado's still young, and they have about 4 pitchers in the top 50 prospects.
Okay.
So you know they're looking at it in the long run.
Maybe like 5 years down the line, 3 years down the line.
3.
Okay.
It's not, success isn't gonna be overnight, and I think they know that. So they're putting in what they have to do little by little, especially with their farm system, which they're saying is the number 1 farm system right now.
I'll tell you something, man. Definitely we're going to see the stadium packed. There's going to be...
He's going to bring a lot of revenue to that.
A lot of revenue to that city, to that team. They looked at it as the whole package.
They're going to be relevant.
Once
again, relevant.
Yeah, they're going to be... Hey, he wanted to stay in L.A., as you can see. So he stayed in L.A. He played for the Dodgers. He said, let me stay here. He likes the atmosphere. The other day I saw... it was like an all-star game when they played in San Diego.
Yeah, the World Baseball Classic.
Correct. He was there. He was saying, man, I love this city. And so was Bryce Harper, I love this city. And Will Myers had said, why don't you guys come here? And they looked at him like, And look at it now. Yeah. The Padres still have a chance to get Harper, and they were talking about getting him. So if they do end up getting Harper, that brings the team to a whole nother level.
Yeah, from what I hear, it's a nice city, man. It's beautiful out there.
I've never been there, but the stadium is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Now, moving along to the Metropolitans, the Mets. They're actually playing right now. They have also acquired some key players. When I say key, everybody should know this. Here in New York, Robbie Cano.
He's back.
They got Edwin Diaz.
Best closer in baseball. One of the best closers.
Arguably, yes. And they have Wilson Ramos, catcher. They also got Jed Lowry, a good utility piece. The Mets are actually trying to win as well. When we talk about their starting rotation, that's one of the best. You got DeGrom, you got Syndergaard, you got Matz, you got Wheeler. My thing is staying healthy. They have some good players. The only thing is staying healthy. We got what's the third baseman's name that's playing?
Could be Todd Frazier, could be Jellari, depending on the situation. Might be Jellari though, makes more sense.
Correct.
You got to know.
I think they were trying to move Todd Frazier to first, but the Mets have a great prospect, which is one of my favorites, Peter Alonso. He hit a bomb yesterday in his first at bat. The first pitch he saw right through center field.
That's amazing.
This kid is lights out. You have Dominic Smith. You can see him right there. He's also a candidate to play first base. They also picked up Echavarria. He just hit a line drive to center field. The Mets want to win. This GM that they got, he's really sticking to his word. We want to win, and we want to win now. So, a lot of upside for the Mets as well. Now, what do you think about Ahmed Rosario? And with the addition of Cano, how do you think that double play combination will stand out?
I think it's going to benefit him in terms of leadership in Cano.
Mm-hmm.
He could teach him the way, kind of. Also, I think they should bring back Jose Reyes to kind of mentor those young guys. Echevarria, Ahmed, Gavin Chesney, who's he's also a great prospect. But there's a low-key prospect that they picked up recently that I want to talk about. His name is J.D. Davis.
Oh, J.D. Davis. He was with the Houston Astros. Yes.
Defensive cannon, that third. The guy can hit. I think he has a lot of upside. And
wow.
He's really good for the Mets. That's a great pickup.
Wow, yes. You're right. He did pretty good with the Astros in his stints. Perfect. I think they got what it takes to be, if not number one seed in the NL East, close to. You also have the Braves that are stacked.
That division got a lot better.
The Braves got Donaldson. They got Acuna.
Albies. They got Nick Markakis back.
Swanson at short. Freeman at first.
Probably one of the most consistent first basemen outside of Joey Votto and Anthony Rizzo, those two guys.
This is what I mean when I say that every team has literally made the run for it. They're in. Everybody's spending money. They gave Donaldson. The Braves gave Donaldson a $24 million contract for 1 year, I believe.
It's a lot.
Listen, they're trying to do it. Everybody wants to win.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to win.
What do you guys think about the Mets trading for Cano after the steroid suspension and the controversy?
All right, I'll tell you this, man. I'll be the first one to say, with or without steroids, you have to hit a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Cano has proven himself to the point that we know what kind of player he is with or without steroids. He got his first hit with the Mets yesterday. He drove in a run. I think the steroids controversy is put behind him. Yeah, we're always going to think about it when we think about Cano. That's going to hinder him with his chances to the Hall of Fame. But as far as the player he is, A-Rod said it best. The guy can still give you 155 games a year, plus average, plus defender. I think we got it with him. I think he's going to be a key addition to the Mets. What do you think, Ron?
I think it's, the Mets have a history. He was also injured too, right?
No.
Yeah,
he was injured. He was injured.
Before he got suspended, he was...
he was
in spring training, he got injured a little bit.
I don't know, man. It's like I'm on the fence with this signing. The Mets are infamous to sign players and them getting injured, not getting the full potential out of them. It's just something about the Mets that just gets to me. When they sign these good players and then they don't produce. Hopefully, Cano can change my mind, and also that his age,
36.
They would say history shows that after a certain age, your production just goes down. And you involve that with the Mets. Look at Cespedes.
Oh my God!
Look at that. You know what I'm saying? Then you had he used to play with the Red Sox, the outfielder.
Carl Crawford.
No. The white boy.
With Jason Bay.
Jason Bay. He fell off. Beltran did good things. It's just.
So you think there's something
injuries.
going on with the Mets? There's like something underlying there.
Harvey. There was promise there. Then who was it that got injured now? Syndergaard or the other one?
No, Syndergaard's good.
Syndergaard.
Mats has had some problems.
Oh, Mats. And then there was this other kid that never came up.
Wheeler
never came up.
He's up now. He's up now.
Yeah.
He's doing pretty good.
Where's Harvey now? And then
Harvey went to the Angels. Harvey's still trying to.
Mr. Batman.
Yeah, the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
Yeah, I heard he was on coke when he was here. I heard he was doing a lot of.
He was doing, you know, he was out in the city doing his things. He was out big events. I wouldn't doubt it. You know,
living the life, as they say.
Okay, so they have Syndergaard and then this other one. What's the other one?
DeGrom.
He got hurt. One of those two got hurt.
Syndergaard got hurt.
Syndergaard got hurt. So it's just this thing, you know, I know injuries happen, but I hope Cano proves me wrong, man. I hope he proves me wrong.
So basically, so that the fans and people that don't really know about the sport, so basically what you're trying to say is that they look good on paper.
Yes.
They look good on paper.
Yes.
But one thing is looking good on paper. Another thing is
performing on the field. Yeah.
I get you.
The pitching is there, and that's another thing. When they had the pitching last year, when Syndergaard and DeGrom would pitch, and then the offense was nowhere to be found, and now you know that shit can be frustrating to them.
That's right. I'll tell you something, man. Look, I like Syndergaard. I love DeGrom. Wheeler, I believe in him. Mats, get him the hell out of here. Why? Because it's like he'll give you 5 innings one day, 6 innings the other, or he'll be rocked from the first inning.
I mean, with that, who they picked up in the bullpen, they got Diaz to close out. They got back
Jerry's Familia.
I mean, it's not a bad. You got Seth Lugo out there. You got Robbie Gazelman. I think he could be a 5th starter just in case if Steven Matz goes down.
They also have Vargas.
Yeah, Jason Vargas.
Vargas. I don't know about him much.
He was good in Kansas City, but lately not so much.
Where's Reyes now?
Sitting in his house.
He's a free agent?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sitting in his house, still looking for a contract. I love Reyes.
Yeah.
You know,
we all do.
We all remember his days, his glory days, with his prime time with the Mets. He was doing his thing. But after that whole controversy with him hitting his wife and all that stuff, his career went like this.
Yeah, organizations don't want nothing to do with that.
Nothing to do with that.
Especially the NFL.
Nothing to do with that. But I really hope that the Mets really do make it far this year because these fans are loyal. Well, the team's fans are loyal. Like, you can ask a Met fan, oh no, why are you still going to the field? Because I love my team. Win or lose, they love their team. But you're in New York. So, for those new guys that are coming to New York, Edwin Diaz, Wilson Ramos, Jed Lowry, etc., prepare yourselves for the boos if you don't perform. It's New York. Cano knows. Cano knows what he's getting himself into. He's played here in New York. He played with the Yankees. So I think he'll have it down pat. But we'll see.
Injuries, man. Injuries is the big thing.
Now, let's talk about Harper. Harper, man. Bryce Harper. He's looking for, obviously, a bigger contract than Manny Machado.
Yeah, I think he should get it.
You think so?
Yeah.
He turned down $300 million from the Nats.
Multiple teams I heard.
Correct. But the first team was the Nats.
So I guess he doesn't want to play for.
He wants to win. This is my idea. He wants to win. He's tired of having a good team because the Nats have had contending teams before, and they flunk when it comes to the playoffs. Does he deserve $300 million? I think so. Because he has literally proven himself with the stick, with the bat. Last year, he didn't hit for average. It was a 249 average last year. But the guy's a freaking beast.
He worked a lot of walks. That's the thing with Harper. Not a lot of people want to pitch to him. He doesn't have that type of
discipline.
Not that discipline. He doesn't have the protection like other lineups do. Like Giancarlo has protection with Judge and Sanchez behind him, so they'll have to pitch at him. But with Harper, you know, that's literally the only guy who could really change the game besides Anthony Rendon. So you're just gonna walk that guy. You're gonna deal with the rest.
Right. My thing is this: his attitude, his cockiness, the way he portrays himself. Because last year I went to a Met versus Nationals game, as soon as the guy would be on the on-deck circle, boo, boo. Why? Because he's just that guy. Everybody either loves him or hates him. But, hey, man. It's whatever, man. I hope he does get what he's looking for because, like I said, ever since he was brought up in 2012, the guy has hit. And there are some teams after him, like the Phillies.
Yeah, they're saying the Phillies are close to signing him.
The Giants are after him as well. And
Padres.
there's reports that the Padres are after him. Now, as baseball fans that we are and former players, where do you think that he fits best?
For me, I think the best place for him would be Philadelphia. If he wants to win now, it would be Philadelphia. They got
Gene Segura.
They got I think it was Carlos Santana. They got him back. No, that was Cleveland, right?
Yeah, Cleveland.
Who's their first baseman?
Reese Hopkins.
Yeah.
Rice, whatever.
They got a great outfield, great bullpen.
You got Michael Franco.
Killed it yesterday. Hit a bomb. Yeah. Still can't find the ball. They got a great organization right there. You know, they got a top of the line rotation. Probably one of the top rotations in baseball. Probably like top 15.
With Aaron Nola
leading that. They have a lot of potential. I think him there also would attract in 2022, 2021 when they get like Trout. Hopefully they can sign him. If you can figure it out, payroll, get both those guys. I think that's a dynasty right there.
Ron, what do you think?
I don't know, man. If he wants to win now, like I'll take the 7 years, man, and play for the Yankees.
Oh, the Yankees I'll
play for the Yankees, man.
And
because if you're worried about the money, you know, it's a big market city. You're gonna make a lot more money in endorsements and all that good stuff. And you imagine that team.
Lefty small ballpark.
Oh, he'll hit bomb. He'll hit over 40. And surprisingly enough, that's what I was trying to say. Judge actually has agreed to move to center field to make room for Harper.
I don't like Judge in center field.
Nah,
me neither.
It's too big for that.
But
yeah, keep him in
right.
Put Harper in center. Harper, he's
Harper
showing
left.
He center field.
Why can't he play left?
So who's gonna play center? Giancarlo's? No.
Nah, Giancarlo's gonna DH. You can put
Gardner for defense.
Gardner and speed.
Clint Frazier too, who's been killing it right now.
Clint Frazier, and they also have what's the Aaron Hicks.
Yeah.
Aaron Hicks. He's the center fielder for that team. I believe.
They can figure it out, man. They can figure it out.
Well, we're still waiting to see.
Yeah, we are still waiting.
Because spring training started. We're literally less than a month away from the first day, opening day. You know.
Are you serious? Just a month?
Yeah, like a month, a couple, a month and a day or something like that.
That's crazy, man. This thing just like the off season just flew.
It did.
Waiting for these people to sign, and there's still a lot of free agents.
There's still a lot of free agents. Jose Reyes is a free agent. Keuchel. There's a lot of players.
The closer for the Red Sox.
Kimbrel.
They're saying. What are they saying? He wants what?
Sit up. He wants 6 to 7 years, but nobody wants to give him that. So he might sit out.
I heard he wanted like $20 million, something like that. Yeah.
A year? Yeah, per year.
I don't think he's worth $20 million a year.
Nah, he's not.
As a closer, you have to be close to or better than Mariano to get that.
But I think he's there though. His numbers are astronomical.
You think so?
Yeah, he's in the low 2s with ERA. His WARs and Sings WARs like 20. It's a lot.
7 years. I'll give him 5 years. I'll give him a 5-year deal. I'll give him a 5-year, $105 million.
It's still too much, I believe.
You think so?
Yeah, I think like a 5-year, probably like a 92, 95.
Yeah, around there. Well, moving along. The Cleveland Indians have also made some moves. They recently just signed Hanley Ramirez to a minor league deal. Hanley, it was one of the players that was dropped, or the only one that was dropped by the championship Red Sox last year.
What do you think that is?
There was talks that he was involved in. I don't know if this is true, but there was talks that he was involved in some drug trafficking or something like that.
Yeah.
But then in the press conference, you hear Cora saying that he was hitting a lot of ground balls, meaning that his bat was declining. But they made the right move because they won. They won last year without him.
Yeah, Cora pulled all the right strings for them.
Cora, as a first-year manager,
Pulled all the right strings for them.
pulled all the right strings.
So they basically don't need him.
That's what it was. They didn't need him.
I understand.
But if you think about it, like, I love Hanley and everything, but they really didn't need him. They have a squad.
All Dominicans love him.
That opened up the door to sign Steve Pearce. World Series MVP. Got us that ring right there.
That's a fact. The Red Sox didn't make a lot of moves this offseason. I don't think they need to make any moves this offseason. They're coming with the same team. They have literally the same team. Third base, they have Devers. Bogarts at short. Second base, they have Pedroia.
They get Pedroia back, yeah.
First base, Moreland. Catching, they got Vasquez.
I think honestly they should give Blake Swihart the opportunity this year.
Yeah, I want to see him actually play, man. I want to see him play. But in the left field, they got Benintendi. Bradley in center, as you know. And right field, MVP, Mookie Betts. DHing, JD Martinez.
Mookie Betts.
Surprisingly enough, JD Martinez had better numbers than Mookie when it comes to offensive production. But since he was a DH, he couldn't get the MVP. I understand.
Also, low-key move they made. I know you watched the Dominican Winter League. You seen Jenry Mejia.
Oh, Jenry Mejia.
We picked that guy up. I think he might win the closer. He's in line to win the closer job, but he'd be a good setup man.
Hold on. Mejia,
he was banned.
Indefinitely.
They got reinstated.
He got reinstated.
God.
For those players who
Who with the Red Sox?
Yeah. Those players who think that your career's over, think about Henry Mejia. He was banned from the MLB for using steroids or a banned substance 3 times consecutively. And now he got reinstated back to baseball. He was signed with the Boston Red Sox. So don't lose your faith. Keep working hard. Because if you're good, you'll get noticed.
And don't use steroids again.
That's another one. Don't use steroids.
Or don't get caught.
Why does it always have to be a Dominican? Why does it have to always be a Dominican with steroids?
It's a lot of people, I guess, but I think the MLB just targets Latin players.
But think about it. Why wouldn't they target Latin players? Latin players are the ones that are getting caught doing it. You got A-Rod got caught. You got Manny, Cano now. Big Papi was in the talks of steroids one time. Like, surprisingly enough, Ryan Braun lied to the whole... to the world and say he didn't do it, and then he got caught. I think the MLB should also take into account that there's a lot of other players. I'm not gonna say race, but a lot of players that are also using. Don't just look at us. But then again, us Dominicans, us Latin players, we have to play the game the right way. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. Now, this is one of my favorite topics right now. The Minnesota Twins. The Minnesota Twins, they also want to win. They locked up some players and they made some key signings like Nelson Cruz. Powerhouse. Power hitter. Consistent. He averages like 35 plus a year when it comes to home runs. That was a great 1-year deal. We have they locked up their shortstop, George Polanco, for 5 years, $25 million. He was also in some PED, performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah, he got suspended, yeah.
But the kid can play, Now I want to see that 3-4 combo with Sano and Nelson Cruz. We're talking about a lot of RBIs, a lot of home runs. What do you think? How do you think that the addition of Nelson Cruz is going to help Sano?
It's going to help him in a big way, actually. Sano has been, a little bit downfall. The last couple of years, he gained some weight. I think with a guy like Nelson Cruz, a veteran, a guy who's been around, who takes care of his people, his Dominicanos.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a great influence on him. I think we might see a great offensive year for Sano. And I wish him all the best. I really like that team. That team is really stacked. Did you
see Nelson Cruz with the uniform with the Twins? No, Minnesota Twins. He looks the part.
Again, man.
Age?
No, things might look good on paper. You gotta show me the performance, man. I'll see it when I believe it.
Well, the Yankees look good on paper. The Yankees look great on paper.
Bro, they won 100 games last year. If it wasn't for the Red Sox, they would have won that division. 100 games.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, man.
If it wasn't for the Red Sox, they would have won that division.
I'll tell you this.
How you win 100 games and come on second place?
Pitching.
No, but still, I'm saying 100 games in general. Like,
But
how many teams won 100 games last year?
Not many.
Them and Houston, was it?
Houston. But look, if the Yankees would have made it,